Hello, all my witchy poos and artists out there. Welcome to the Blank Studio, where we explore art, creative endeavors pertaining to the fiber arts community. Now, as you probably know, paper is a fiber, and it was invented by the Chinese thousands of years ago. So I've embarked on doing some, they call it junk journaling, but I'm so offended by that. I really do feel like this is an amazing art. Anyway, I made a book. This is my first book that I've created from beginning to end, and it's called Witch's Broom, which is inspired by a very old broom that's been handed down in my family through generations of witches. And so I decided to create a journal based on manifesting miracles, creating spells, and just learning how to navigate in our material world. This section is on wisdom, which I really needed to focus on writing things down, working on my handwriting, and so on and so forth. So I use the owl as my talisman. I actually ordered an owl feather that I bought off of eBay that came from Lithuania. And these are all different types of owl feathers that have been found. This is where you would write your spells or your thoughts, things that you wanted to remember to write. And I need to be more consistent with my writing. So this is teaching me to remember to write more. Now here's the documentation on the feather. The owl feather, I bought it from Lithuania. It flew to the States all the way from Lithuania, and it was a found feather from the 1940s. And the gentleman's grandfather had found the feather in Lithuania, and I thought, oh my gosh, what a great story. This feather is definitely gonna have some mojo to it. So yeah, I went ahead and had to purchase that. Next chapter is money. I mean, we're always trying to manifest income and money. And I really wanted to take a journey on the spiritual aspects of money and what it represents. So here I created a whole bunch of art dollar bills. It's $1 million dollar bill, and on the back you can write your spells, how you want to manifest your money, how you want to make your money, how you hang on to your money, how you save your money, how you spend your money. It's all about prosperity and possession and hitting the jackpot and focusing on your target. And I really thought that that would be a very interesting journey to talk about the spiritual aspects of what income and currency are and how we relate to it in our spiritual lives and in our metaphysical lives, and also in our mundane earthly lives, right? We need it, and we are meant to be abundant. So respecting the currency and enjoying how you make it is all part of the law of attraction. And as you can see, I have a lot of writing room, and I really wanted to have that space to write because the very first chapter is all on wisdom and putting the pen to the paper. And then I started breaking it up in elements, which I thought was important because we do live in the material world where we have air, fire, water, earth, etc. And so yeah, there's my first signature center. As you can see, this thing is really packed. When I made it, I did not take into consideration that I was going to pack it full of wonderful things. So, but I love this book nonetheless. As you can see, it was a total labor of love, and all the things and elements that I like to work with when I'm casting my spells. Crows are a big part of that. So they had to have their own little chapter. There's lots of little secret pockets everywhere. And I really enjoyed making this book, and I plan on using it. I haven't really started writing in it yet, but I will. Most of the papers are tea-dyed. Demons, I thought, was a very interesting chapter because, yeah, we have to face not only our own demons, but we have to, again, navigate through a world where there's a lot of things that come at us, and how to expel those demons, how to do exorcisms, my experiences with demonic forces, and how I've been able to get rid of them, to clear the path for me. And of course I had to put a ticket in there that said, ticket to hell, go to hell, go back where you came from, unless I need you to do, some other type of work. Lovely little vintage postcard of a black cat. We all need our black cats around. And again, lots of writing room, belly bands, pockets. And yeah, I think I'm going to really enjoy writing in it. It is a little bit thick and cumbersome, but I'm really proud of it nonetheless. I think they call this in the junk journaling world the alligator book, alligator jaws. This is my wildflowers. I think this section came out really good. I'm all about growing herbs in the garden, medicinal, magical herbs for casting spells, medicine for food, and I wanted to collect a whole bunch of seeds from my garden and write about that, and then talk about the different types of spells that can go with certain herbs that have worked for me. I also love making potions, essential oils, and I just love flowers and herbs and gardening in general, of course. So this is a big flip open book, and these are just some little tags for writing little notes. Lots of little pocket space. I probably will eventually put this together so that it actually has a clasp on it, but I haven't done that yet. These things are a work in progress. I don't think they're ever done. I mean, I guess some people finish them and put them up for sale, but I'm too connected to it to actually sell anything, I think, for me. So in here I used a bunch of scrap paper for journaling about my gardening adventures and my seeds that I'm going to be collecting. So you can see right there I'm going to be putting a clasp on that. But that was just made out of a folder, a manila folder. Water, mermaids, gotta love them. I'm definitely a little mermaid girl. And then we have a large card again for doing water spells. Water spells are great for love. I use the ocean for love spells a lot. The cloak. Oh my gosh. Let's get into designing your own witch's cloak, shall we? I'm a seamstress. I sew, I design. And so I really wanted to put together an interesting chapter based on creating your own cloak and how romantic that is. I just think it's so inspiring and romantic and mysterious. And so here are a lot of several pockets that I've pulled together, and the look that I'm going for. I'll probably be implementing different types of fabrics. I have several cloaks and wardrobe pieces that I wear during ceremonies and rituals. They're usually vintage or custom made, and I think that's a big part of getting into your character and into your spirit. And so this is just a piece to write down some notes, probably some sizing, sketching out some ideas. Again, the mood board, how I want to create my cloak and my wardrobe for ritual work and the mood that I'm going for, which for me is very earthy and very mysterious and very goddess, very empowering. More tags where I can write down some notes, do some sketching, a lot of pockets where I can keep a record of what I'm working on. And then, I'm just into the whole sewing part of it. So, again, lots of room to write the notes. And then the hat. I design hats. I have a whole bunch of different hats that I make for rituals and spell work. This is my hat size, and this section is for coming up with really good ideas on building hats and making hats. I actually bought that hat. I had to. And I wear it all the time. Absolutely smashingly fabulous hat. Again, lots of work lots of pages to write on. Leaf spells. I love writing spells on leaves and then burning them in the fire. It's one of my favorite forms of ritual work. So I collect leaves and I press them in a book, and then I write my spells on them. And I just think that's such a great way to stay connected with the earth and working your earth magic. And just staying connected. I do a lot of artwork with leaves. I make a lot of my own paper with leaves, but those will be in future books, because when I was doing this one, I just wanted to go very primitive, a very primitive, medieval, earthy, earth tones kind of vibe. So the home, obviously, home and hearth, happiness, music, beautiful tag of an old Victorian home. And these are all the things that would go into your home, and how to create a beautiful home and a beautiful space wherever you are to live and live out your life here on earth and do your magic, create your spells. And under the full moon, in your garden, on your front porch, in front of your fireplace. Maybe you just have a small space. It doesn't matter. It's yours and it's important. And you can honor it and make it perfect and beautiful. I think the altar was really important. I have so many altars all over my house and in my garden, and I think they're really important. And the cauldron, just filled with all the goodies that you use when you're working your magic and focusing on your intentions. So this was really fun to make. I thought that came out really adorable. And again, all these little things that are in there are things to remind us of how we want to work our spells, jotting down some notes. And this right here is part of my ancestral witch's broom, which is very old. So I'm collecting pieces of vintage antique witch's brooms. So yeah, that's the pocket that they'll go in. Again, more writing space. I hope I get to it. And I'm sure I will. But the book is so precious. I just love going through it. It's just so much fun. A lot of hand dyeing. I think owls were a big theme for me, and I feel like I've been really lucky because in the last couple months, just in the last couple months, I've had a lot of connection with owls. I can hear them hooting in the middle of the night in the neighborhood. And I just think it's so romantic. So I'm so grateful, right, that I'm having this communion with owls lately. So yeah, they're coming, and they're part of the process. They're part of the dialogue. They're part of the spiritual connection. And ask, and you shall receive. Right? Look, and you will see. Look, and you will find. Find, and you will seek. Seek, and you will. It's gonna show up. Right? So go for it. And I love the art of magic and the art of ritual. I'm pretty good at manifesting things rather quickly, instantly, but the ritual part of it keeps me very humble and also extremely romantic. So I love the whole romance of it. Yeah, again, more spaces to write. Let's get to it. We're gonna write some spells and some ideas down for sure. So it's a chunky book. It is a chunky book. There's nothing we can do about the fact that it's a chunky book. But here's my little book that I made on the black arts, and as you can see, I thought it was fitting that it was empty. No need to really go there, but I know plenty about it, and I could write a whole, book on that. But, maybe next time. So anyway, yeah, the alligator. It's okay. I'm really happy with it. I think it's really adorable. I had so much fun making it, and it's not done, of course. I still have yet to do a cover. But I thought it was pretty cool how I figured out how to tie it together like that. I mean, it's working for now. And I will probably be making other books like this in the future. But I think this is great for now. But this is my first one. So I'm happy with it. And I'll continue to work on it. But hey, thanks for showing up and letting me share this wonderful community of junk journaling and fiber arts. And there she is, the witch's broom. It took many months to create her, but she's there, and she's ready for me to get crack-a-lackin' on it. So on that note, have a wonderful evening, and I will talk to you all soon. Ciao for now.